So you've had a crazy life, huh? Paris, and then obviously before you did you were editing, you did softcore porn, as in the chess piece, obviously.
This is my favorite story you've ever told me.
What?
You have to tell Grant this story.
We're far enough in the episode now where it's fine.
Yeah, so at the beginning, I was picking up every job like that I could because it was so hard to do anything as an editor. Like I would say I'm like the second wave of editors where pretty much editing for YouTubers didn't exist back then. So it was like really hard to find one. And I was using this site called Upwork, which was like decent back then.
I know Upwork,
but now it's really shit because you have to pay for every review you send in. Back then I used to send in like 60 reviews every single day or something like that. And one of the jobs I got was like, do you want to edit vlogs? And I'm like, all right, cool. And I started editing it. I'm like, yeah, that's a bit, this is a bit weird. And I guess I edited it well enough that he was like, well, do you want to do more stuff? And I was like, okay.
Well, what was this initial vlog? What was...
Fuck, I can't remember. It was something about pleasuring women. So I was like, I was kind of picking up like, all right.
There's a guy talking about it?
Yeah, like how to pleasure women or something like that. but I think there was a bit more vlogish type thing.
Right.
Hey guys, I'm gonna pleasure a woman. Like follow my
ways to pleasure women.
Like what the fuck?
Yeah. So then he was like, okay, do you want to edit more, like more raunchier stuff? I'm like, all right, sure.
Whatever pays the bills, man.
Yeah, exactly. And just softcore porn, innit?
What is softcore porn? Like,
So
what does that involve?
like just no penetration.
Like kissing?
Yeah. Well, he had a niche. Of course, you have a niche, which is yoni massage, which is pussy massage. So he would be like expertise.
Like cats, right? Like
like
cat massage. Yeah.
It would be him doing it for around 2 to 3 hours.
What?
Okay, 2. It would go up to 5, I think.
No.
And actually, it was a nice precursor to Trash Taste. Because
now there are 3 pussies on the screen.
Because he had like 4 to 5 cameras set up.
Okay.
And Garnt, you say you're a perfectionist.
Yeah.
But he was an actual perfectionist.
Okay.
It would be like 2 to 3 hour video, like end result, where it had to be like the cuts had to be frame perfect. It would if it would be like 1 frame off, it would be like on me. Like I had to change it.
Right.
And every Friday we would get in calls that would last like 4 to 6 hours of just going through the edits. Like, oh, the intro, that's like not that good, or I have to change that little part.
Wow.
And every single cut had to be frame perfect. There's like, when I started, it was like 2 A4s of information how to cut it. Like in the beginning, it would be like YouTubers do now, which would be like fast-paced, like intro. Yeah, that was like 7 years ago at this point.
Yeah.
And then it would be like a music video section. Of
what?
Of like getting into it, undressing, like
what the
some
heck?
stuff. And then it would be like slowly getting into the main section of like actually doing it, which was there was also rules behind it. Like in the beginning, it would be cuts like every 10 seconds. If you're like half an hour in, it could be like up to 30 seconds a cut. It can't be over 30 seconds. And the cut has to be at the apex of the movement.
Apex of the movement. Why is he talking like a movie director? Like,
It was actually that intense.
Jesus.
But yeah, it lasted for like 2 years.
Did he pay well?
Okay. And then he was like, okay, I'm paying you too much. I'm going to replace you with 2 cheap people instead. And
that's when we gave you the call for Trash Taste, right?
No.
Okay.
So I used to, like, I like to go back and like check on like previous employers, like how they're doing.
Yeah.
For the next year, he posted nothing. And then approached me and was like, all right, I'm going to offer you double the price you paid. And I'm like,
those 2 editors weren't that good.
And I'm like,
was he making a lot of money from this?
Well, I assume so.
Wow.
Because it's porn. And I was like,
I don't know how much money's in it.
I was like, no, I want to get paid 3 times as much. Because I'm like, no.
Yeah.
And he was like, no. And I was like, yeah. And he was like, okay.
And then you got back in it?
Yeah.
Wait, how many years ago was this?
Originally, like 5 years ago. I did it for 2 years. Then it was like a break of 1 year. Right. And then for another 2 years. And it was even more intense because at the end, I gave up. I was like, okay, I can't do it. I'm quitting. Because it was so intense. Like the work sessions was so huge. It was literally like 20 hours a week. That was that was a part-time job next to like 6 YouTubers who I also edited for.
Wait, were you doing this while you were editing for me?
Yeah. and Connor.
Wow.
Wow, I didn't know this.
And I think, when I quit, I gave in like my 2 months notice,
Yeah.
which I figured out, I found out you don't have to give 2 months notice.
Yeah, you can just leave.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I was like, I don't want to be a dick, like leaving me.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
polite to give notice.
Yeah.
It's polite, yeah.
But usually it's 1 month notice.
Yeah,
So-
a lot of
it's a month
contracts are 1
notice.
month.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
we started writing up like what to give to the next person. Like they had to do the same thing, because to get every like video done, it wasn't just the main video. It was also like different websites, different timestamps, So it was kind of like gaming the system,
Yeah.
because the thumbnails in those sites were auto-generated based on what it picks up at those time, like seconds, like frames.
Yeah.
But he had a system where he knew if the video was this long, it would generate these frames.
Right.
So like for every website, it had to be a different length video.
So he planned out like where exactly
Yeah.
the frames would be. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
And it was like 4 different Google Sheets to actually get like one video done. And when we tried to get like new people in to like replace me, I think the end result for the Google Docs on how you edit a video was 40 pages.
How do you write 40 pages?
It was so intense. That's why I wanted to finish, because it wasn't fun. It wasn't editing. It was a literal job. Like you had to do
I'm
everything
sure he
perfectly.
wanted to as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was 4 years. And even at the end of 4 years, I still felt like I couldn't do it like how he wanted to.
Yeah.
Like I was
You
still...
weren't perfect enough for him.
Yeah, I was so imperfect. It was so annoying to me as well, because I like couldn't
So
do
how
it.
many hours of this cat massaging did you have to sit through?
Like in total?
Yeah. Like
Per session? Or
You
like,
must be so desensitized.
yeah,
to
you must
it.
be so desensitized to it.
I think at the end it was maybe 500. I don't know.
Christ.
It's so funny. Holy shit.
Oh my lord.
And now he's on trash day. So
Honestly, it was a bit sketchy, because it was a huge chunk of revenue. But when you were like trash taste, I was like, okay, this is a good chance. Like, move past.
To move past.
maybe get some behind.
I could use all my skills correctly.
Yeah.
Maybe get some free time, you know.
Yeah.
for sure.
But that was the last thing that also like really burned me out.
Yeah.
Like in terms of editing.
Well, you get.
yeah, that's yeah. Let me ask you this question: how do you avoid burnout in your like the way you do things?
I don't. It's either
I just don't.
like I either got burnt out 6 years ago,
Yeah.
or I don't. I don't know where.
Do you just
I just don't get burnout.
do you just not recognize the burnout and you just kind of push through it? Or
I think I'm desensitized to burnout, or I just take jobs that like
God, I
don't
wish that
burn me out. Because like there's so much work that I have to do that anytime I get like tired of one job, I like switch over to, I'm gonna make thumbnails now. Or I'm
Yeah.
gonna do clips now. I'm gonna go back to the first job. I'm gonna do like a different thing.
so. I guess having like a variation of different jobs is like a good way, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because burnout is just suboptimal performance, you know?
Shit, you're right. I gotta start taking my vitamins.
Burnout's just like a skill issue at the end of the day. You
What
know,
a
it just means
crazy,
you're not managing
crazy
it correctly.
rabbit hole to go down.
The moment I feel burnout, I just pop open that medicine box. I'm good to go.
One
some more
thing you
pills
also told me that I just didn't appreciate, because I'm like, man, we're so fortunate enough to do this, that you did in Estonia, you have to do mandatory service as well.
Yeah.
So you had to do like 8 months of military time, right?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
After high school, I went into it like straight away, because I didn't want to do it later, because if they call you like 5 years down the line,
When
you
you're doing shit, yeah.
Yeah, it really sucks. So I went there like voluntarily. They were like,
Yeah.
no, you're too skinny. Come back in half a year. Like, no. Let's do 2 weeks. And they were like, all right, 1 month. So I went back and thankfully got it, because otherwise it would have gone like another year.
Yeah.
And then I got in. And it
What if
wa-
you were too skinny the entire time? Could they just never ask you to serve?
Yeah, but I don't
Oh.
think I would have been, because before that I had like some sort of a disease that lasted for a month that I couldn't eat. So I lost 10 kilograms in weight.
Damn.
Okay.
Wow.
So I was like, yeah, I can easily pack that on. Like, get me in 2 weeks and I'll do it.
What did you do for those 2 weeks? Just fucking go to town?
I just ate normally, because
I normally.
for like a month, I could only eat once a day, and it was like one pudding.
Oh,
Otherwise,
God.
it would have been too painful.
Right.
Oh my God. What disease is that?
I think I'm not sure if it was mono, or like my
The glands? Yeah, that's mono, right? Yeah.
those like really went insanely huge and got like infected. So I had to take like not paracetamol, like insane painkillers that you can take once a day. And even then I could just eat pudding. Otherwise it's like too much.
Jeez.
Christ.
Is there any part of your life that you still think you can optimize or find time?
What's
Everything.
next? What's next for Mudan?
What's next for
Yeah.
Mudan?
It's just, well, it's not like huge optimization movements. It's just like slow, like steady. Like You get a new client, you're like, all right, how can I optimize that?
I got to ask, what's an average day look like for you?
Wake up, see around 9 a.m.
Nice. Oh,
Okay,
nice.
okay. That's
Yeah, I
good,
see
that's
what
good.
you guys have written, like the fires I have to take out. Because usually when I wake up in the morning, it's around like noon or nighttime for you.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh my God, there's like 10 things that popped up. I got to do ads. I got to do that. So the first 2-3 hours are just doing like urgent stuff.
Yeah.
Then I eat. Then I do either gym or running, cardio.
Yeah.
And then I do like the stuff that I had to do that day, like 10, 20 items that I usually put in my to-do list.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
That comes.
You make it sound easy,
That
but
comes after the gym and everything
yeah,
like
doing
that.
10, 20 things in a day, or I guess more realistically, the second half of the day is quite a bit.
Respect.
And then it's like 2 a.m. and I go to bed.
Do you ever get, because I've had, weeks when I've been super productive, and all it takes is like one little slip up to take you off your schedule and routine, and then everything like just crumbles.
Yeah.
Do you ever get that all? Or?
Oh yeah, it does happen.
Like after vacations and stuff?
No.
No?
Well, no, you work on vacations. What? No. Okay.
I get it. I never fall out of working. The only thing I fall out of is just like taking care of myself.
Right.
Diet or gym. Sometimes
Yeah.
I'll slack and I'll be like, yeah, okay, I'll slack another
It's
day.
like out of 5 years or 6 years of doing this, I think Japan was the first time, like this is the most I've taken off or like away from my home, like ever. This is 2 weeks. Usually it's like 3 days.
Oh, really?
Or 3-4 days, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, even here, like every day, 4 or 5 hours of work.
Oh my God.
Please have a vacation.
Please have a day where you do nothing.
Yeah. Have a day where you
I
do
refuse.
nothing.
Just try it.
Why do you
That
refuse?
sounds awful. I did the White Room stream. I didn't feel that great
it's
doing
not like
it.
that at all.
I did nothing for 12 hours.
fucking vacation. You actually doing stuff, Mudan.
I didn't do anything. I took 12 hours off. It wasn't that fun. I
You're
don't
in
want.
a wide room. What do you expect?
I took 12 hours off. Here's what happened, guys.
Prisoners
like-
be,
it's
prisoners
actually-
be like, I took 36 years off of my life.
I saw a
enjoy it.
fucking screenshot, and it was like from TikTok, and it was a guy going like, and it was like unemployed people when they have to eat breakfast and play video games all day. That's like Mudan. No.
Just try it. You can turn it into a YouTube video. If you
I've
want.
tried it. I don't like it.
I took a day off. Level impossible.
It's horrible. No, I get the jitters. I'm like, fuck, I gotta edit, man. Fucking give it to me.
Fair enough.
Where is the timeline?
God
I need
damn
to see it.
Any advice you might have for editors?
Yeah, or future editors.
No, like, if you don't like it, quit.
I mean, I think that's great advice.
That is,
very real
that's
advice.
real
That's
advice.
just great life advice in
Yeah.
general.
Do you like editing or do you want to get lots of YouTube views? Which is it?
Oh,
Damn.
tell them how it is. Burn them.
Talk to 'em.